And they did set up, when I reiterate, they have a phone line that people
Hey, we
can
could
call
go
in.
over to
Let me pull it up
26th
here on
Street.
my Facebook where I posted it for all of us. Yeah, there you are.
All in the 720.
Hi guys, you might see a little sadness in my eyes and hear, Tink, come on honey, it's not time to play fetch. I live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and a lot of you know that. There's a big fire that's coming down the mountain into our little city here. That's not funny. I don't mean to laugh. I'm vlogging right now because I use this means as a stress relieving, talking to you. A lot of stress going on right now. We've already had one member of our family have to evacuate their home. There is a lot, the whole west side of our town, Manitou Springs, has been evacuated at 1 in the morning. I've had the birds waking me up in the middle of the night, like I say 3 or 4 in the morning, early morning, chirping and chirping and chirping. And the last few nights, last week maybe, a week or two. And then when the sun comes up, they quit chirping. I thought that was odd. And what that has to do with this, I don't know, but it's like they were telling us. I could go out and get some clips, live clips for you of the fire. We can see it from here. And the news is capturing some very real pictures. What I wanted to talk to you about is the evacuations. They've evacuated Green Mountain Falls and Chipeta Park, which are some two little towns that lie between Colorado Springs and Woodland Park, and Manitou Springs, which is on the west side of Colorado Springs. Now, for the evacuations, they cannot take their animals. And a lot of people up in the mountains have horses and bigger animals, cows, possibly chickens. Of course, they can't take all those. But I'm thinking about our house because it is actually not close to us, but, 2 miles isn't very far. Yesterday afternoon, they had, the fire was 200 acres, and by evening was 2,000. They might not be throwing out numbers right now. The news, I think, is doing a very adequate job portraying the truth of what's going on without freaking everybody out in this city, right? Because of Facebook and everybody taking their clips and pictures and they send them to the news channels on Facebook. It's very interesting watching how the news is handling this with all of our input. Hey, you better put the real stuff out there, guys, right? Well, anyway, back to the animals. So they have to leave. When they're evacuated, they have to leave their animals. In the shelters, there's no room for dogs, cats, birds, reptiles, nothing like that. So they leave them in the home, the home they're evacuated. They couldn't really open the doors and let their animals, okay, fend for yourself, run for your lives. Because what if the fire didn't hit to that evacuated area, and then all those animals would be out, wow, what a crazy thing. And people think, oh, they're just animals, lesser life form. But we domesticated them. We took away their natural survival instincts, and we closed them in these little boxes and cages where they absolutely don't stand a chance. Okay, well, that's part of the story too. But I've just been thinking about the animals because if we get evacuated, I'll try and keep you guys posted, because seriously, I live in the south part of town, and like I said, one family of ours has already been evacuated. It wasn't Brenda, my closest one, and I have Lacey very close. But unfortunately, if it comes this way, all three of my immediate family's homes will be evacuated. And I burst into crying when I watched that news. Don't want to do that right now. But we got to think of our animals too. Think about them before you get them, because if you're going to have to move, and he says you only take the clothes you get with you. I'll grab my Bible. Concordance is pretty big. I don't know if I'd be able to grab that. What do you take? I'll take my animals. They're my family. They're my kids. They're God's kids. Animals belong to God, right? To me, they're my best friends, because they drink their pee, and I don't get to meet beings that do that. Maybe one day I'll meet you, but... So anyway, for conversation's sake, what do you grab? If you know that possibly within less than 24 hours you could be evacuated, and you can't take your pets, unless you have family to go to, which we do. But will that family also tolerate your pets? And horses and cows and horses and horses. It's a big pet. Lizards and snakes and tarantulas. People have all kinds of pets, and they all get left when you're evacuated, okay? They're just lesser intelligence, so therefore they're left. To me, leave the people. Come on, animals, let's go. Anyway, I will keep you posted. As long as the internet survives, I will try and keep at least giving you update clips as to where I'm at. And just keep in mind, you can drink your pee. When TLC came to my door, that's all I was doing, guys. I wasn't even drinking water. Only pee. For 4 years. Every orifice, well, maybe not every, but almost, I just drink it all the time. Or I was then. You can always depend on that. Might taste bad, but holy moly, we've eaten and tasted some nasty stuff. You say what I do is gross, but our food is really gross in this country. Oh, okay, I'll shut up about that. So don't grab the food. You don't even need to grab your food if you're evacuated. But grab your animals. I love you guys. I will keep you posted as much as I can. Maybe later today if I go get a picture of the fire. See ya. Thought I'd just give you a clip of the news. I'm not going to turn the sound on because I don't know how legitimate that is. But there are some pictures that people have taken of the fire that are nearly devastating. It's coming down the mountain into more residential. They say the wind has shifted now, and it's going to be coming more southeast. And I'm not going to say, because if I flip back and forth between the couple of news they're saying the same thing, but it's kind of up in the air. They've got weather shifts coming in, wind changes, and yesterday the wind, I think, changed 3 times in the day, which causes a lot of making the fire bigger. Now, yesterday afternoon, this wasn't even close to our vision yet. This was beyond that horizon. Seems it went from 200 acres to 2,000, I think, within 6 hours. And now this is coming northwest right now, and you can see that it's all in national forest right now. Hasn't reached residential, but on some incredibly serious stuff. There it is from, okay, they're going to show you some different pictures that people have taken. And Waldo Canyon is where it started. My entire family has frequented that. I frequented Waldo Canyon, but never could. I did never make it around the 7-mile trek. Always had the goal and turned around and went back. Maybe some of you know what that's like. But see how it's heading. Not many people traveling out there. They've closed the highway that goes to the mountains. And I think everybody in the city is just kind of staying at home and holding our breath and thanking God for the day we get to spend together. But I'll let you know, keep you posted. Thanks for watching.